It's your boy Charles. Charles on there as well, just checking in. Hope you guys are having a good evening. We are getting ready to delve into another book audio reaction. Let's go ahead and play it and then come back to my reaction. Appreciate it, guys.
Said his stepbrother Mopreme. In New York to shoot the 1994 film, Above the Rim, Tupac became enmeshed with a group of notorious Queens toughs. He was modeling his character Birdie, a gangster involved in youth basketball programs, on a Haitian-born high roller called Jacques Haitian Jack Agnant. A feared and influential music promoter, Haitian Jack also had a hustle resembling the character Omar from the seminal TV series The Wire. "My thing is robbing drug dealers," he told Derek Parker, the retired NYPD hip-hop cop who ran a special unit focused on rap-related crimes. "The drug dealer, see, he isn't going to call the police." Tupac had noticed Haitian Jack at a Manhattan club, surrounded by women and champagne, and asked for an introduction. They also spent time at a Queens bar where Jack would bring through celebrities including Madonna, Shabba Ranks, and Jamaican musician Buju Banton. Tupac briefly dated Madonna after Rosie Perez introduced them at the 1993 Soul Train Awards in LA. Biggie warned Tupac to keep his distance from Haitian Jack, to no avail. Tupac liked Jack's swagger. He introduced the rapper to high-end jewelry and Versace duds, as well as the local gangsters who called the shots. "He loved the respect and recognition I got in New York, and I think he wanted that same respect," Haitian Jack said. The two were partying at a downtown Manhattan club called Nell's in November 1993, where Tupac met a 19-year-old woman named Ayanna Jackson. They got close on the dance floor. Tupac says she gave him a blowjob in a corner at the club and went back to his suite at the Le Parker Meridian Hotel. 4 days later, she met up with him at the hotel again, only to encounter not just Tupac, but Haitian Jack, Tupac's road manager Charles Man Fuller, and another man who was not identified. There, she alleged, the group gang-raped her and forced her to perform oral sex. Tupac claimed he left the bedroom when the other men entered and fell asleep. She called the police, and Tupac, Haitian Jack, and Fuller were arrested. The police also found guns, which Tupac later claimed belonged to Biggie. The prosecution alleged Tupac, charged with sexual abuse, sodomy, and illegal weapons possession, had offered up Jackson as a reward for his boys. Tupac denied this, but after the trial, told Vibe he blamed himself for doing nothing to protect Jackson from the other men. Before the trial began, Tupac's and Fuller's cases were severed from Haitian Jack's. In a deal that Tupac and his lawyer deemed too good to be true, Jack pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanors and avoided jail time. Believing Haitian Jack was a snitch, Tupac told a New York Daily News reporter that Jack had set him up. Ayanna Jackson and Haitian Jack have denied this. Calling out a reputed gangster in the press is not sensible. But ironically, after spending so much time with Jack and his ilk, Tupac had begun to feel invincible. He went wherever he wanted, wearing flashy jewelry worth thousands of dollars. Secure in his street credentials, he was convinced that nobody would mess with him. Supporting his extended family and paying lawyers for his interminable string of court cases, Tupac's bank accounts withered. In late 1994, he agreed to record a guest verse for a rapper named Little Sean, who was close with Puffy and Biggie. The invitation came from Sean's manager, Jimmy Henchman Rosemond, whom Tupac had met through Haitian Jack, and Tupac was to be paid $7,000. On November 30th, 1994, Tupac arrived, stoned, to Quad Recording Studios in Times Square, the spot where he recorded much of his next album, Me Against the World. Arriving with 3 associates, none of whom were bodyguards, he encountered 3 other men he didn't know, wearing army fatigues. This was Brooklyn fashion, so Tupac assumed they were with Biggie. He felt better about the situation when Biggie's affiliated rapper, Lil C's, yelled down to him that Biggie was upstairs recording. Puffy was there too. But before Tupac's crew could get on the elevator, the men in army fatigues drew 9mm guns and ordered them to the floor. Instead, Tupac reached for his own gun. He was shot, beaten, and robbed of his jewelry. He played dead, and the assailants left, at which time he staggered into the elevator and rode it upstairs. When the doors opened, he saw a group including Puffy, Biggie, and Haitian Jack's associate henchmen. Tupac said the crew looked surprised and guilty, but Puffy claimed they showed him nothing but love and concern. Tupac believed the incident was more than a random heist. "It was like they were mad at me," he said. He claimed to have taken 5 bullets, including shots to the head and through his scrotum. Forensic evidence, however, seemed to indicate he shot himself. In the haste of getting his gun out of his waistband, "I believe he pulled the trigger," said former LAPD investigator Greg Kading, who has reviewed the investigative material. "I think the wounds to his head were superficial lacerations from being pistol whipped. If they went there to execute him, they could have certainly done that." Bill Courtney, a retired NYPD cop who also worked hip-hop cases, believed the stick-up was a response to Tupac's daily news comments against Haitian Jack. "A message was being sent to him not to name-drop," he said. "Nobody came to rob you," henchmen told Vibe in 2005. "They came to discipline you." Tupac believed henchmen himself orchestrated the crime, which was also the conclusion of a bombshell 2008 Los Angeles Times story. That piece by Pulitzer Prize-winning reporter Chuck Phillips asserted that both Puffy and Biggie knew about the setup in advance, although they were allegedly told it would only involve a beating and no shooting. The story was later retracted after it was found to have been informed by falsified documents, and Phillips was soon laid off. That wasn't the end of the story, however. In 2011, one of Henchman's former associates, named Dexter Isaac, claimed in an interview he was one of the men in army fatigues and that he'd been hired by henchmen. "He gave me $2,500 plus all the jewelry I took, except for one ring, which he took for himself," Isaac said. Not long afterward, Henchman himself confessed to his involvement. Phillips demanded, but did not receive, an apology from the Los Angeles Times. Puffy and Biggie denied their involvement in the crime, or any prior knowledge of it. Haitian Jack also claimed he wasn't involved, and following a separate conviction, was deported to Haiti in 2007. One of Tupac's associates who came with him to Quad Studios that day, Randy Stretch Walker, was murdered in Queens exactly a year later. Police suspected a connection between the two events, but were unable to prove it.
Looking for a professional photographer for your next big event? Need video of your special day? Then look no further. For $100 an hour, have a professional photographer or videographer shoot your wedding, birthday party, quinceañera, bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah, anniversary party, or whatever your special occasion may be. Highlight your event with professional, crisp photos and video. Check out Charles Arness Photography on Instagram, as well as book us for your next event. Must live in the Southern California area.